Hello students, welcome to Time online session. Welcome to YouTube channel for bank and SSC exams. Today's session we will discuss data interpretation for IBPS RRB Clerk main examination. Right. So we will take a few sets on IBPS RRB Clerk main examination. Right. Let's start. Before that, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel Time for Bank SSCCGLE. In case if you already subscribed, click on the bell icon to get all the latest updates from us. Right. Let's start. This is the first set, students. This is the first set. These sets are the previous year actual exam sets which we are going to discuss, which have appeared in the last 2 years, right? Last 2 to 3 years. Now let's start. This is the first set. All of you go through this set, then we will discuss. All of you go through this set, then we will discuss. Study the table given below carefully to answer the questions that follow. Table shows details of number of two-wheelers and four-wheelers in 4 colonies A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are 4 colonies. We have got number of two-wheelers and we have number of four-wheelers here. Now the average number of two-wheeler vehicles in the 4 colonies is 142.5. This is additional information given in the form of note. So this is very, very important. When additional information is given either in the form of a note or in the form of star mark, you need to read that information. Based on that information, there might be 1 or 2 questions. Sometimes what happens is if you miss that information, all 5 questions might go wrong, right? Then the given percentages in the above table are in comparison of 4-wheelers with 2-wheelers in the respective colonies. This is 25% less. This is in comparison with 2-wheelers. It is 25% less than 2-wheelers in colony A. That's the meaning. Anyways, it is given 125 here. This is 40% more. If you have a doubt, sir, 40% more of what? It is with respect to 2-wheelers of that colony. So it is 40% more of this particular thing. Right? Now let's look at this. Now, if you see here, average number of two-wheeler vehicles in 4 colonies is 142.5. So total two-wheelers 142.5, there are 4 colonies. 560, 140 into 4, 14 into 4, 56. So 560, 2.5 into 4 is 10. So 570. Now if I add total two-wheelers are 570, let me add this. It will be 4x minus 6. So 4x minus 6 must be equal to 570. So 4x is equal to 576. So x has to be 144. If x is 144, this is x minus 3, 141, x plus 1, 142, x minus 4, 144 minus 4, it has to be 140. Right? So this is 140, x plus 1, 145. X plus 1, 145. This is x plus 1, x is 144 plus 1, it is 145. X is 144, 144 minus 3 is 141, 144 plus 1 is 145, 144 minus 4 is 140. Right? Now, we got 4-wheelers. The number is given here for colony B and colony D. We need to calculate number for 4-wheelers for colony A. This is 25% less than 2-wheelers. That means 25% less means the number of 4-wheelers in colony A should be 75% of 2-wheelers. 75% means it is 3 by 4 of 2-wheelers, 144. 36 into 3, 108. 25% less, you calculate 25%, you subtract it, or it is 25% less than 2-wheelers. So number of 4-wheelers should be 75% of 2-wheelers. Then this is 40% more than 2-wheelers. So 40% more means obviously 145. See 145, 10% 14.5. In 145, 10% is 14.5. 40%. Double this, you can multiply by 4 also, you'll get 58. Or double this, 20%, it will be 29. Again double this, 40%, it will be 58. or into 4 you do 14 4s 56, 0.5 into 4 is 2, so 58. So this has to be 203. 203. I got all the values now. Right? I got all the values now. Now see here, I've just copied them into my tabular form here. 144, 141, 145, 140. Number of four-wheelers, 108, 125, 203, 184. Right? Once I get this data, I can solve the questions easily. All of you, let us look at question number 1. Let us look at question number 1. Find the number of two-wheelers and four-wheeler vehicles in B. Total number of two-wheelers and four-wheelers. It is simple. Add these two. 266 is your answer. 266 is choice 3. 266 is choice 3. Second question on your screen. I'll give you some time. You can put your answers in the chat box. The number of four-wheeler vehicles in C, how many more than that in A? Four-wheelers in C is how many more than A? C is 203, A is 108. So 203, simple question, minus 108. So 203 minus 108 is how much? 95. 95 is present in choice 4. Anybody answered? Someone answered 95. Geeta, right? Correct answer, Geeta. Correct answer. Okay, try this question, ma. Try this question. Number of two-wheeler vehicles in C is what percentage more than four-wheeler vehicles in B? Two-wheelers in C, 145. This is what percentage more than four-wheelers in B? Four-wheelers in B is 125. 125. Percentage more. Difference, 20. Opposite of more is lesser value, 125 into 100. 25 fours, 25 fives, 5 goes 4 times. So 16% should be your answer. 16% should be your answer. Someone answered? Okay, SRS, correct answer. Correct answer, SRS. One more person has answered. Good. Ashok. Ashok, good. Correct answer. Ashok, good. Correct answer. I told you many times, you can do like this, there's nothing wrong. But if there is any common factor, you cancel out that common factor. No? 5 is a common factor, 25, 5 29s. So 29, 25 is what percentage more? Difference 4 by smaller value 25. Straight away I'll get 16%. I can avoid all this simplification. If I remove common factor, I can directly say 16%. Okay. Next question on your screen. Try this question, students. Ratio of number of two-wheeler vehicles in A and the number of four-wheeler vehicles in D. Two-wheelers in A, 144, okay, is to four-wheelers in D. Four-wheelers in D is 184. Right? So 436, 416, 446, again to 18s, 223s. 18 is to 23. 18 is to 23 is present in choice 3. It's a simple question. It's a simple question. Otherwise, 8 is a common factor directly. 8 18s, 8 2, 16, 24, 8 3s. I can say directly 8 is a common factor. If I nullify it, 18 is to 23. If you remove that common factor, it is 18 is to 23, right? Okay, which of the following statements is true as per the given table? Okay. Number of four-wheeler in C, 53 more than two-wheeler in D. It is only calculation, just subtraction and addition only. Number of four-wheelers in D, exactly 28% more than two-wheelers in A. This is percentage calculation. I will not do in sequence. percentage calculation will take little time. So what we do is we will push it to the end. I will do all simple calculation statements first, right? Total number of vehicles, 2-wheelers plus 4-wheelers in 4 colonies is 1090. Okay, right? Then total number of vehicles in D is 24 less than C. Okay. Difference between total number of vehicles in B and C is 80. Let us start with 1. Number of 4-wheelers in C, 53 more than 2-wheelers in D. 203. Is it 53 more? No. First statement is false. Second statement, I'll come back. Look at third one. Total number of vehicles in all the 4 colonies is 1090. Is it correct? Is it 1090? So we have already done this now. This is total is 570. We have done this now, 2-wheelers in the beginning. Total number of 2-wheelers is 570. Now if you see here, 100, 200, where is this? 100, 200, 400, 500, around 600, it will be 1170. It is crossing 1090. So this cannot be my answer. Look at fourth one. Total number of vehicles in D, 24 less than C. Total vehicles in D, now if I see here, it is 5 less and it is 19 less. So total 19 plus 5, 24 less. What is he saying? It is 24 less. So this is correct statement. Option 4. Right? So D, it is 145, 140, it is 5 less. 203, 184, D is 19 less. Total 19 plus 5, it has to be 24 less. Someone gave the answer. Choice 4. Dasappa Srinivas. Correct. Correct. So you understood? You don't waste your time on these kind of statements, which demands time, percentage calculation. We will push it towards the end. If let us say all these are direct subtraction and addition, if all these are false, no need to check that. That has to be your answer, right? Otherwise, one of these is your answer, then automatically that will become false. You need not check. Okay, next set, question number 6 to 10. Question number 6 to 10. Just go through this table. Go through this table. We will discuss. Just go through this table. We will discuss. Just go through this data. We will discuss. Study the following table and answer the questions that follow. We have J, K, L, M, N, 5 cities. Number of people vaccinated, total number of people who are vaccinated is given here. Out of that, ratio of males and females out of these vaccinated people. And percentage of people who have symptoms of nausea after vaccination. So, total people, out of that, these many people are having nausea feeling after vaccination. If I subtract, I will get the people who don't have that nausea feeling. Right? Now 2400, just here, 5:7, 12 parts. 2400 by 12. Each part 200. So 5 into 2, 1000. 7 into 2, 1400. Okay. 13:9. So total 22 parts, 1650. 1650 upon 22. 11 150s, 11 2s, 2 goes 75 times. So 13 into 75. 13 5, 65. Otherwise, 13 7, 9 10 plus 65, 975. I can do like this. 13 5, 65. 13 7, 91 plus 6 are directly multiply. 9 into 75. 630 plus 45 is 675. 25:11. So total 36 parts, 2160. So each part will be 2160 by 36. Each part value is, this is one part value. One part value is 60. So 25 parts means 25 into 60, 1500. 11 into 60, 660. 10:27. Total 37 parts, 1850. So each part is 1850 by 37. Each part is 50. So this is 500. This is 1350. 27 into 5 is 135. Right? 28:23. So total parts 51. Each part will be 255, 2550 by 51. 5 times. right? So 50. 28 into 50, 1400. 23 into 50, 1150. So I got number of males, number of females. We can find people who have symptoms after vaccination. 35% of the people have symptoms. 30%, 10%, 240. 30% will be 10%, 240. 5% would be in J, 120. Right? 35%. So it will be 720 plus 120, 840. Right? 840. Then 48% have nausea feeling. 48% will be 50%. The given number 100%, 50% means half of this, 825. Minus 2%. 1%, 16.5. After 2 digits, you have to put a point. 2%, 33. 792. 45%. How do you get 45%? 50% minus 5%. In L, 50% means half of this, 1080. 1080 minus 5%, just put a point, it will become 5, 108. It is 972. 28%. How do you get 28%? You can do 30% minus 2%. 30% will be 540 plus 15, 555. Minus 2% would be 37. 518. You got it? 10%, 185. 30%, 3 times. 180 into 3, 540. 5 into 3, 15. 555. Minus 2% will be 37. It is 518. 36%. 36% would be 40% minus 4%. How much is 10%? 255. Double this, 20%, 510. 40% again double this, 1020. Minus 4%. 4% will be, put a point here, will be 102. It is 918. I am doing certain calculations here. Once I do this, I can solve the questions easily. This kind of analysis must be done. Here, let me copy to the next slide. 1000, 1400, 1000, 1400, 975, 675, 975, 675, 1500, 660, okay, 500, 1350, 1400, 1150. Then I have 840, right, 792, right, 972, right, 518, right, 918. Now, how do you get those who, these are people who are having symptoms. Those who do not have symptoms, it will be 2400 total minus 840. So it has to be 1560. That's what I have written here, 1560. Then 792, if I add 8 here, 800. So 858, if I take the difference, 858, right? Then here it is 972. If I add 28, it will be 1000. So 1160 plus 28, 1188. That's what I have written here, 1188. This is 518. If I remove 518, if I add 32, it will be 550. So 1352. Sorry, 32 I had, 1332. 918. So if I subtract here, 1650. If I subtract 18, it has to be 1632. You got the point? 900 if I am subtracting, it is 1650. Sorry. 900 if I am subtracting, it is 1650. Then I have to subtract another 18. So 1632. So I got all the values here. Once I get all the values, you can answer the questions easily. All of you try first question. Try first question. I am waiting. Anybody has answered? Nobody. Okay. Try first question. What is the ratio of number of people who have symptoms of nausea in L and M? Okay. Symptoms of nausea in L and M. Okay. This people. 990 plus 500, 1490. Is the number of people who do not have symptoms of nausea in the same city. Add these two. 1190, 2490, 2520. Ratio of these two. 0 will be cancelled. 149 is to 252. It is present in choice 4. Those who have L and M nausea feeling put together is to those who do not have nausea feeling. Okay, I'll give you next question. You try this. Average, find the average. What is the average number of males who got vaccinated in all the cities together? This is males. I want average of these males. You add this now. You will get total males. 2000. If I add this, 3000, 4400, 5375. Average in all these 5 cities means 5375 by 5. 5 ones 5, 5 sevens 35, 5 fives 25. 1075. 1075. 1075. Total males divided by 5. Okay. Try this question. Someone has answered choice 1. Correct answer. Who is this? Ashok. Correct answer. Try this. The number of females who got vaccinated in J and L together. Okay. Females who got vaccinated in J and L. Females 1400, 660. 2060 is what percentage of the females who got vaccinated in M and N together? M and N, add this. So it will be 1400 plus 1100, 2500 into 100. Simple. It is 206 by 250 into 100. Clearly, my answer is less than 100%. So these two options are gone. They are more than 100%. Now, it is 206. How much is 10%? 25. Multiply by 8. 80%. If I multiply by 8, it will be 200 because it is 206. We know 25 into 8 is 200. 206 means it should be more than 200. So my answer should be more than 80%. So more than 80%, there is only one option. Without even calculating, I can mark that option as the answer. Choice 3. SRS, correct answer. Choice 3. Okay. Is this clear? 206 by 250, when I cancel out that 0, it has to be less than 100%. So both two options are more than 100%. We can eliminate them. And also we know 10% is 25. 25 eighths is 200. So 80% will land up somewhere, land up at 200. I need 206, more than 80%. There is only one option with more than 80%. Try this question, students. Try this question. In K, out of the number of people who have symptoms of nausea, 62.5%. 62.5% is 5 by 8. Are females. Find the number of males who did not get nausea. Okay. In K, how many are getting this nausea symptoms? 792. Out of this, 5 by 8 are females. So obviously, males have to be 37.5%. If 5 by 8 are females, males have to be 3 by 8. So it is 3 by 8 of 792. 8 9 72, 8 9s. So 3 into 100 is 300. It is 3 less, 297. What are my total males in K? 975. Out of this 975, 297 are having symptoms. How many doesn't have those symptoms? If I remove 300, it will be 675. It is 3 less, so add 3. So 678 should be your answer. Choice 2 is your answer. You got the point? So these are the total males in K is 975. And these are the people who are having symptoms, 297, around 300. If I remove 300, it will be 675. But it is not 300, it is 3 less. So increase 3, it will be 678. So last question from this set. Try this question, students. Try this question. Difference between average number of people who do not have symptoms of nausea in L and M, who do not have symptoms of nausea in L and M, is this group. 120, 24 and 25, 20. If I add these two, 25, 20. Okay. To average number of people who have symptoms of nausea in J and N. Symptoms of nausea in J and N. 840, 918. So 58, 17, 58. 42, 20, 62, 18, 762. Now, obviously, this is a difference. I want average. Now, if 100 average by 2, 381. 381 is present in choice 3. Don't waste your time finding out average of these two, L and M, average of these two. It is time waste. What I'm saying is, I want difference of averages. First of all, find out difference in terms of number. This is 2520. This is 1758. If I subtract difference is 762, I want average. So it is obviously 2 cities. So by 2 you do, you'll get 381. 381 is present in choice 3. Correct answer, Ashok. Correct answer. Okay, let's move it. Next set. This is your third set, students. This is your third set. Study the following bar graph carefully to answer the questions that follow. Fruit seller Manish sells 2 types of fruits, tropical fruits and berries. He is selling 2 types of fruits, tropical fruits and berries. The bar graph given below show total quantity of fruits in kgs. Total number of fruits in kgs sold by Manish in 5 months from January to May. So January to May we have 5 months. These are total number of fruits sold by Manish in kgs. So this contains tropical fruits plus berries put together, right? Note, total quantity of fruits sold. Okay, total quantity of fruits sold is tropical fruit sold, berries. So tropical plus berry put together is my total fruits. Nothing more to analyze here. This is the given data. I'll give you the question. All of you try first question. I'll give you 2-3 minutes of time. Just 30 seconds of time, not 2-3 minutes. 30 seconds of time. Try this set. Little calculation you can try. Okay, let's do this. Anybody has answered this question? No one. Little calculations are involved. You can't help. Sometimes you come across these kind of calculation based sets as well. If the quantity of tropical fruits sold in January and then that in March are 48% and 64%, find the difference between berries sold in January and March. January, what are total fruits sold? 500, right? March, what are total fruits sold? 350, right? Tropical fruits are 48%. So obviously, berries should be 52%. So obviously, it is 52% of 500. 2 zeros I can easily cancel. It will be 260. Number of berries here, it is tropical fruit 64%. Berries should be 36%. How do you calculate 36%? 40% minus 4%. 10%, 35 into 4, 140 minus 14, 126. So difference if I take berry fruits, it will be 134. 134 is present in, 134 is present in choice 4. Anybody who has answered? No one has answered. It's a simple question only, right? Next question. This set is little calculation intensive. This set is little calculation intensive. In June, quantity of tropical fruit sold June month is not given to us in the graph. He is giving some information. It's 25% more than February. And quantity of berries sold is 20% less than April. So in June, tropical fruits are 25% more than February and berries 20% less than April. Okay, I need information about February and April now. If the quantity of berries sold in February and April are 234 and 350, okay, berries sold in February and April are 234 and February, total February is 450, berries sold 234, right? 234. Then what's another month? April. April, total fruits 560. And how many berries sold? Berries sold will be 350. So here, how many tropical fruits? Total minus berry, if I remove, I'll get tropical fruits. 34, 216. Right? So now if you see here, in the month of June, number of tropical fruits, 25% more. 25% more means it has to be 125%. 125% means it is 5/4 of tropical fruits sold in February. So it is 5/4 of 216. 270. Right? Number of berries sold in June, 20% less than berries sold in April. 10% 35. 20% will be 70 less. 350 minus 70, 280. Total number of fruits sold, berries plus tropical fruits together, find the quantity of sold in June. So it has to be total quantity 550. 550 is present in choice 2. 550 is present in choice 2. It is simple. January 500, February 450. Out of these berries are 234. So if I remove berry, because total is berry plus tropical, I get tropical is 216. June tropical is 25% more than this. So 125%. 5/4 of this. And berries here in April 350. In June, berries are 20% less than berries in April. So 70 less means it is 280. If I add, it has to be 550. It has to be 550. You have to answer. Nobody is answering. Actually, you have to answer. Right. Next is 13th question. Quantity of fruits imported in February and May are 40% and 50%. February, total is 450. Imported 40%. 10% 45, 40% will be 180. And in the month of May, total of May is 420. Imported is 50%. Half of this. 210. Okay. In February, tropical fruits to berries is 8:7. Tropical is to berry, here it is 8:7 ratio. Then ratio of quantity of tropical fruits to berries in May. Tropical is to berry in May is 4:3. Find the total quantities of berries imported in February and May. Simple. Berries imported will be total 15 parts. Otherwise, I can write like this. Berries here will be 7/15 into 180. 12 times, so 84. Berries here should be 3/7. Total 3 berries by total 7 into 210. 90. So total berries should be 84 plus 90. It has to be 174. 174 is present in choice 5. You have to answer. Keep moving, keep solving, keep solving. You have to answer, students. It is not, this is definitely little time consuming, but this is easy. Imported, you know, out of the tropical is to bear, you know. Obviously, you can find a number of berries, not bears, berries. Right, look at this 14th question. Anybody try and answer this? Average quantities of berries sold in all the months together is 216 kg. Okay. Average quantity of, so total berries sold should be 216 total berries into 5 months. 1080. What are my total fruits? Simple, add all this. 450, 350, 800, 500, 1300, 1800, 2200, 2280. 1200 are my tropical fruits. Find the average quantity of tropical fruits sold in all shops together in kgs. Okay. So average will be 1200 divided by 5 months. 240. 240 is present in choice 2. 240 is present in choice 2. Correct answer, Ashok? Okay. Total berries will be average into 5 months, no? 1080. Total fruits add there 2280. Berries will be, tropical fruits will be 1200 if I subtract. 1200 by 5, 240. Last question from this set, students. Last question from this set. In January, the ratio of quantity of tropical fruits sold to the berries sold is 13:12. January 500. I have a ratio of tropical fruits is to berries 13:12. Right. In May, total fruits sold is 420. Tropical is to berry. Tropical is to berry. Ratio 3:4. Okay. Quantity of tropical fruits sold is approximately what percentage of berries sold in 2 months together? Simple. Total parts 25. So each part will be 500 by 25. 20. So tropical fruits 13 into 20, 260. Berries 12 into 20, 240. Here 7 parts, 420. Each part will be 420 by 7, 60. So tropical fruits will be 60 into 3, 180. 60 into 4, berries 240. Right? Total tropical fruits is what percentage of total berries? Total tropical fruits. So 26, I can ignore 0 in all this. Why unnecessary calculation? Anyways, it will be cancelled in ratio when you write percentage, right? 44 by 48 into 100. Simple. 4 is a common factor. Or I can say it is close to 100. I can pick the option, but okay. There's 2 options close to 100, so I can't do that. Okay. 4 11s, 4 12s. 11 by 12 is a standard multiple. It is 91 point. How much? How much is 11 by 12? Right. 91.6%. So approximately I can say it is 92%. 91 point something. I can say 92%. Right. 91.66%. So close to 92. Close to 92. Fine. Next set. Okay. You decode this. Once you decode this, we'll start discussing. Decode this, we'll discuss. I'll give you 2-3 minutes. Try this. Okay, let's look at this. Study the following bar graph and table carefully to answer the questions that follow. Bar graph shows number of doctors in 4 different cities, K, L, M and N. Table shows ratio of sum of doctors and engineers to the difference between doctors and engineers in each of the cities. I'll explain you here. Doctors plus engineers is 7 parts. Doctors minus engineers is 3 parts. Right? If I add this, I'll get 2 times doctor is 10 parts. Doctor is 5 parts. So if out of 7 parts, doctor is 5 parts, doctor is to engineer. Then obviously engineer has to be 2 parts. I'm getting ratio. It is indirectly given. If I add these two, I'll get 2 times doctor. So add these two, I'll get 2 times doctor. 9 plus 1, 10. So 10 by 2, 5. Right? So 5 are that means it will become 4. So if I'm adding that 9 plus 1, 10. 2 times doctor 10 means doctor 5. So total 9 parts. Engineers has to be 4. So add these to 15. 15 by 2. This will be 11 by 2. 13 minus 15 by 2 is 11 by 2. If I take the ratio, 2 will be cancelled. 15 is to 11. 17 plus 7, 24. 24 by 2 is 12 doctors and remaining 5 are engineers. That is one way of doing this. Adding those two ratios will get me 2 times doctor. Half of that will be doctor. The remaining will be engineers. Another way of looking at this is, just see here. If you are good at your numbers, you can do this actually. If you are comfortable with numbers, you can try this. See, sum of doctor and engineer 7, difference between them is 3. Sum of two numbers 7, difference 3. Difference 3. So it has to be 5 and 2. So ratio should be 5:2. What is 5 plus 2? 7. If you can do it orally, 5 minus 2 is 3. Here, sum is 9, difference is 1. So 5 plus 4, 9. 5 minus 4 is 1. So it is 5 and 4. 5:4. I'll come back to this. Look at this. 17 plus 7, 24. Sorry, sum should be 17. Difference should be, one second. Sum should be 17. So difference should be 7. So I can say it as 12 and 5. 12 plus 5, 17. 12 minus 5, 7. When you're adding this, you're getting an even number. When you're adding this, you're getting an even number. When you're adding this, you're getting an even number. But here I'm getting an odd number. So what you do is, convert into even. Multiply by 2. 26 is to 4. So when I add, I should get 26. When I subtract, I should get 4. So I can say 15 plus 11 is 26. 15 minus 11 is 4. This is an odd number. So I'm converting by multiplying by 2. I'm converting it as 26 is to 4. So how do you get 26? 15 plus 11. Difference should be 4. 15 minus 11. I can say 15 is to 11. Now, I know doctors now. Here, 1500. 5 parts. 5 parts 1500 means 1500 by 5. Each part 300. So 2 parts means 2 into 300. It is 600. Right? I'll write here. Engineer 600. Again, 5 parts 1000. 1000 by 5 means each part is 200. 4 parts means engineers is 800. 15 parts 750. 750 by 15 doctors, each part 50. 11 5 is 550. 12 parts 600. By 12 I do 50. 50 into 5 250. I got my engineers also. See, this is my number. Doctors 1500, 1000, 750, 600. Engineers 600, 800, 550, 250. I got all my numbers. So this is important. When you add this, you'll get 2 times doctor. From that, you'll get doctor. The remaining should be engineer. So I'll got ratio of doctors is to engineer. Or orally you can try. Or I shown you the equation. D plus C, D minus C. I'll get 2D. So D from I'll get add these 2 divided by 2 will get me my doctors. The remaining are my engineers. This is quite familiar these days. Last 1 year, 2 years, these kind of questions are coming up, right? So let's start with question number 16, students. Try this. Sixteenth question. Number of engineers in city M, okay, is what percentage more than engineers in city N? 550. N is 250. I told you remove common factor. Again 5 is common. What percentage more? Difference 6. Opposite of more is smaller value 5 into 100. So it has to be 120%. 600 by 5. 120%. Instead of doing on 550 and 250, remove common factor and do, it will be better. Try this question. Average number of engineers in the 4 cities. Add these engineers. This is 1400, 800, 2200. 2200 divided by 4 cities. 550. 550 should be your choice 5. In city M, next question, number of male engineers, okay, is equal to 1/4 of total number of engineers in K and L. Total number of engineers in K and L is 1400. So it is 1/4 of 1400. 350. What is this 350? Male engineers in M. Okay. So find the number of female engineers in M. Out of these 350 are male engineers. Female engineers have to be 200. 200 is present in choice 2. 200 is present in choice 2. You got this number. Number of male engineers in M is 1/4 of total number of engineers in K and L. K and L total number of engineers are 1400. 1/4 of this will be 350. So out of M, male engineers 550, total engineers, male engineers are 350. If I remove 350, 200 are your female engineers. Try this. Try this. In city N, the ratio of male doctors to female doctors is 11:14. So total 25 parts. So each part will be 600 by 25. 25 goes 4 times in 100. 6 into 4, 24 each part. Okay. And number of male engineers to female engineers is 2:3. 5 parts, total engineers 250. One part will be 250 by 5. Each part 50. Number of females who are either doctors or engineers. Okay. How many females here? 14 parts. 24 into 14. 336. How many females here? 3 parts. Each part 50, 150. So female should be 486. 486 is present in choice 3. Choice 3. You got the logic? I know total ratio here 11:14. You can write 14 by 25 into this, but total parts 25, each part 24. Females 14, 14 into 24. Total parts 5 here, 250, each part 50. Females are 3, 3 into 50, 150. Add these two, you will get 486. 486. Right? Try this question. Try this question. In another city P, number of doctors, okay, he's talking about city P, N more than city K. Doctors, N more than city K. City K 1500, so it is 1500 plus N. Number of engineers is 2N more than K. Engineers, 2N more than K. So 600 plus 2N. Okay. The ratio of number of doctors to engineers, 1500 plus N by, I can take 2 common here. If I take 2 common, 300 plus N into 2. I want to cancel out that common factor. 2 goes 7 times. If I cross multiply, 10,500 plus 7N is 9,300, 31 into 3, 93. 9,300 plus 31N. So 24N is equal to 1200. N is equal to 50. If N is 50, Find the value of n minus 10. So it has to be 40. 50 minus 10, 40. 50 minus 10, 40. Okay. Next set. The pie chart shows percentage-wise distribution of number of students present in 4 different schools at the end of month May. In the end of May, number of students present in 4 different schools is given here. Total number of students at the end of May, okay, is 4,000. The line graph shows sum of number of students who joined and left, also difference between who joined and left, similar to this. We have done this now. Doctors plus engineers, doctors minus engineers. So joined plus left, joined minus left is this given here. Now, PQRS in the month of May, end of May, how many are there? In P, total in May is 4,000, right? That is given in the data. 20% will be 800. 30% will be 1,200. Or 10% will be 400. Yes, 40% will be 1,600. Okay. Then who joined plus left is 110 in P. Joined minus left is 50. Same thing. If I add 2 times joined is 160. If I add these two, I'll get 2 times joined. Joined will be 80. So joined in June 80. Left in June 30. Right? See, if I add these two, I'll get 160. This is 2 times joined. If I add these two, I'll get 2 times joined. So half of that will be joined. Out of 110, 80 joined means left will be 30. Same, add this 70 plus 30, 100. 100 by 2, 50. So out of 70, 50 joined. So left should be 20. Then joined plus left is this diamond shape one. 290 plus 110. 400 by 2, 200 joined. Left will be 90. Okay. Then 120 plus 60, 180 by 2, 90 joined, left will be 30. So how many are there in the month of June now? At the end of May, 800 are there, 80 joined, 30 left. 80 minus 30, 50 joined, so it is 850. 50 minus 20, 30, 1230. 200 minus 9, 110, so 510. 90 minus 30, 60, so 1660. That's the same thing I have put it here. 800, 1200, 400, 1600, 80, 30, 50, 20, 290, 90, 30, 850, 1230, 510, 1660, right? Entire data which I have simplified here, I have put that in the form of table form here, right? I think once you decode this way, it is similar to earlier set. You can solve the questions easily. Questions won't demand much time. Total number of students in S at the end of June. We have already calculated 1660. No need to calculate again. Choice 1. Find the difference between total number of students in P and Q at the end of June. This is the difference. 380. 380. Obviously, now 1230 P and Q at the end of June. P is 850. It is 380. Right? In June, number of students who joined Q. Okay, June, how many joined Q? 50. Is what percentage of total number of students who joined S? 50 is what percentage of 90? 50 by 90, that is nothing but 5 by 9 into 100. If it is 9, answer will be in 11 multiples. So 55.5 into 11, 55.55%. Choice 4 should be your answer. In June, find the ratio of number of students who left S to the number of students who left R. So number of students who left S, 30, who left R, 90. Obviously, the ratio is 30:90. Simple questions only. The answer has to be 1:3. Choice 1. Okay, final question from this set, particular set. Try this question, students. Try this question. In June, the total number of students who joined all the schools together, okay, is approximately what percentage more than number of students who left all the schools? 130, 220, 420 joined is what percentage of number of students who left? Okay, left will be 30, 50, 80, 170. So I can ignore that 0, 42 by 17 into 100. Right? Simplify this. Simplify this. 200, 170, 220, 420. Number of students who joined all the schools together is what approximate more is asking. Sorry, is not sorry, my mistake. So who joined the schools is 420. I can ignore the 0, 42. Who left the schools is 17. This is what percentage more? Difference 25. Opposite of more is lesser value 17 into 100. So obviously answer is more than 100%. Okay, all of them, all the options are more than 100%. If I try 17, this is basically 2500 by 17. 17 1, 17, 80, 17 4s, 68. So 140 something. 147% should be your answer. You got the logic? 17 1, 17, 80. 17 5s will be 85. So 17 4s will be 68. So 1 4 means it is 140 something. So 147 should be your answer. Okay. So last set of today's session, this is caselet. We always advise leave caselet, particularly in main exam. Leave in the sense you try other areas. Once all the areas are completed, if time permits, then only we try this caselet set. Otherwise, we will not try this. Okay. So go through this data, caselet data. You have to put this in the form of table like this. So you simplify. I'll give you some 3-4 minutes of time, 2-3 minutes of time. You simplify this, then we will take up the questions. Try this set. Try this. Okay, let's start solving this. You have to put this data in the form of table, then you can answer the questions. Now, if you see here, 500 postcards are received by offices P, Q, and R on 2 days, day 1 and day 2. Okay, 500 postcards were distributed on day 1. My table will look similar to this. Day 2, P, Q, R, I can say total. day 2, day 3. We'll take one more total. $500 postcards total received by officers P, Q and R on 2 days, day 1 and day 2. Number of postcards received by Q on day 1 is 35% of total postcards received on day 1. Okay, Q is 35% of total received on day 1. Okay, the number of postcards received by Q on day 2 is 8% more than postcards received by P on day 1. We will see point by point. The number of postcards received by P on day 2, 90% of total postcards received by R on the same day. Okay. The number of postcards received by Q on day 2 is 36 more than postcards received by P on day 2. Okay. Number of postcards received on day 1, you simplify this, is 92, 4 by 3, 13% of received on day 2. So this is day 1 is how much? 26. 1200 by 1300. So it is 12 by 13. Day 1 is 12 by 13 of day 2. If I take day 2 as 13K, day 1 will be 12K. 12K plus 13K, total 25K, day 1 and day 2 is equal to 500. K is equal to 20. K is equal to 20 means day 1, 12 into 20, 240. Day 2, 13 into 20, 260. Oh, we don't have day 3. I'm sorry, ma. We don't have day 3. We have only 2 days, sorry. Okay. $260, total 500. That's all. We have day 1 and day 2. 3 postcards, but only 2 days, right? This is total. Okay, this is done. The point which is done, I'm ignoring this. This is done. Day 1 is 92, 4 by 13% means 12 by 13 of day 2. If a day 2 has 13K, day 1 will be 12K. Both these, if you add, it is 500. K is equal to 20. So day 1, 12K, 240. Day 2, 260. Now let me take day 2 only. I have some information. Number of postcards received by P on day 2 is 90% of the postcards received by R on the same day. This point you see. Right? So if this is 10x R, 90% is this. 90% this is 9x. And number of postcards received by Q on day 2, 36 more than received by P on the same day 2. Q 36 more than P. So 9x plus 36. If I add this, 28x plus 36 is equal to day 2, 260. 28x is equal to, if I remove 36, it is 224. 28 goes 8 times. X is equal to 8. So 72. 72 plus 36, it is 108. So X is equal to 8 means this is 80. 180, 180, 80, 260. Okay. These points are done. This I am erasing. These are done. These are done. Okay. Now look at this. The number of postcards received by Q on day 2, 8% more than received by P on day 1. So Q on day 2 is 8% more, means it is 108% on day 2 Q. 108% day 2 Q is how much? 108. So P will be day 1 100% how much? 108%, 108 means 100% will be 100. Okay. This is done. And then number of postcards Q received on day 1, 35% of total postcards. 30%, 72. 10%, 24. 30%, 72. 5%, 12. 84. So 184 means this is 56. Right? This is 136. This is 192. And this is 172. 92, 162, 164, 170, 200, 23, 500. Now I got all these. Once I simplify, I am getting these values, right? Now if you see here, 100, 72, 172, 84, 108, 192, 56, 80, 136, 240, 260, I have got 500. So this table I have copied here after simplifying. So most important key thing in your caselet is getting this table. Once you get this table, questions will be cakewalk. But while putting this data, it is not as easy as we have done here. It takes little time. You should get an idea, implement that idea, simplify it. You should not make a mistake. Then only you are going to get the correct answers, right? So question number 26, how many postcards Q receive in total? Q total is asking 192. 192. Number of postcards received by P on day 1 is what percentage of those received by R on day 2? Is 100. Is what percentage of R on day 2? Sorry, this is day 2. P on day 1 is what percentage of R on day 2? 100 by 80 into 100. So this is 5 by 4. 5 by 4 into 100 is 125%. 125% is choice 4. Ratio of number of postcards received by P on both the days to that of received by Q. Obviously 172 is to 192. 4 43s, 4 48s. 4 is a common factor. 43 is to 48. Choice 1. Questions are simple. Questions are not that difficult. Only thing is that you should get the values. Number of postcards issued by R on day 3. Okay, day 3 is giving here. Increased by 45% compared to the previous day. Okay. Find the total number of postcards issued by R in these 3 days. Day 3, if I add here, it is 45% more when compared to previous day. Previous day it is 80. How do you get 45%? 50% minus 5%. In 80, 50% will be 40 minus 5% would be put a 0.4. 36. So if I add 36 more, so it will be 80, 36 more. So 80 plus 36, it will be 116. So total, these 2 days 136 plus 116, 252. 252 is present in choice 3. You got the point? Number of postcards issued by R on day 3 is increased by 45% compared to previous day. So 45% will be, I am increasing by 36. So 80 plus 36 is 116. These 2 days total 136. Day 3 is 116. If I add these two, it has to be 252. So last question of today's session. Number of postcards received by R on day 1. Okay. Day 1 R 56 is what percentage of average number of postcards received by all the 3 on the same day. Average of all the 3 on day 1 is by 3 you do, it is 80. So R on day 1 is what percentage of average? 56 by 80 average into 100. 8 goes 7 times, it has to be 70%. 70% is present in choice 1. 70% is present in choice 1. Right, so that's all from this session, students. These are your previous last 2 years DI sets asked in RRB Clerk. They are not that difficult. Maybe one not set, they are calculation intensive. You need to push those kind of sets towards the end when you're attempting in an examination, right? Like set number 3 we have done or set number 2 we have done. They are little time consuming. We'll do it towards the end. Caselet also towards the end. Easy sets you identify where the questions are easy, data is easy to comprehend. Those easy to understand, those kind of sets you do it in the beginning. So we are present on all social media channels, YouTube channel, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook. Links are given in the description box. Please click that, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell icon to get all the latest updates from us. For classroom coaching, please contact the nearest time center. For online courses, you can go through this link, t4e.info/bank-ssc online. We have online live courses, we have online flexi, that is recorded courses. We have bank, SSC, bank plus SSC combo. Different variants are there, various variants. Depending on your choice, you can choose the course there. So that's all from our side. We wish you all the best for your upcoming bank exams and SSC exams. Thank you very much, students. All the best, students.